Hi everybody, it's me, Marisa the Medium, and welcome to my channel or the group, and this week's episode of What's in the Cards, where we tune into what Spirit, the guardian angels, and the universe at large has in terms of messages for you to help guide you through the week. And this week's reading is for Monday, May 31st through Sunday, June 6th. And I will take this opportunity to be a good big sister and wish my younger brother, Matt, a happy birthday on that Sunday, June 6th. So let's get started and see exactly what the cards have in store for you. Before I forget, those of you, if you're new here or you've been invited by a friend, please push like and subscribe or tag a friend in the comments if you feel this reading will be helpful to them for the upcoming week, Monday, May 31st through Sunday, June 6th. So with that, we'll get started. And this deck I'm going to use is a card called the Starseed Oracle. I've used it a few times here on the channel, and I love the art. It's very ethereal, it's very dreamy. And I feel like that is part of the energy that we are going to be tuning into. Ooh, yep, I hear that loud and clear. Dreams. What do we need to know about your dreams? And I don't mean like the dreams for when you fall asleep. I mean more about the dreams, your hopes, your aspirations for this life, and see what messages that Spirit has for you with regards to that for this upcoming week. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. And for those of us here in the States, we'll be starting this week with a holiday. And for a lot of people, this is an extra day off in which to do just this. So I encourage you, if you're seeing this on that Monday, or if you're in my private group, you know I release this a day early on Sundays, take the time to nourish your body, take care of it, rest. What is something the universe is asking you to do that you can slow things down so that you can jump forward and move towards and orientate? I keep saying this, like orientate yourself towards your dreams. One of the ways we've got to do that is to slow things down, take a look around, have a little self-reflection. I encourage you to do one self-care thing, if not on Monday, sometime this week, and give yourself that time to really tune into your dreams, what it is that you are aspiring to. So with that, I'm going to move on to the next deck. And this, you guys, if you've been on the channel or in the group before, you know I love me some Buddha. I love this deck, and there's always a lot of wisdom to be found, and the art by Sofan Chan, second to none. If I could tag her, I would. So we are going to see what the Buddha wisdom has in store for you with regards to your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations this week to build on tending and taking care of your garden, or I say the temple. Your body is your temple. If you don't take care of it, where will you live? All right. Ooh, love this. This is a truth card. So we're gonna have a quick look here. And this says suffering. There's a path leading to a complete deliverance from suffering, Buddha. Conflicts and struggles, as well as happiness and joy, are all transitory experiences. Once you awaken to this fundamental fact of life, you can transform any pain, conflict, or struggle into a positive experience. So what I hear for you is that this is a way, moving on from this, a way to take time, take stock of how you can slow things down and pivot away from anything that has been a struggle for you. Kind of finding that silver lining. What is the lesson that I learned here? If you're engaging with somebody who may have ruffled your feathers a bit, or you've been in a struggle with, this is a time for you to say, ooh, what if they're my teacher? What is this suffering here to teach me? And that moves you away from a fixed mindset of, oh, this sucks, into, I wonder, and curiosity. And when we step into wonder and curiosity, that is when the universe can help pivot you again back towards your dreams or aspirations if you've been feeling a little bit bogged down in any type of suffering. So I'm going to move on to, this is Pema Chödrön, and maybe I didn't say that right, her compassion cards, because I was feeling a pull towards that. If we're taking time out to rest, and if we've been having a little bit of suffering, maybe we need to show some compassion for ourselves and for others. That's something I teach a lot to my clients on the regular, how to stop and first proceed with compassion for themselves and then for others. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know for this week in regards to that. Ooh, don't seek others' pain as the limbs of your own happiness. Don't build your happiness on the suffering of others. So maybe it relates to this person, this situation, this idea, this thought that has been holding you back. And maybe if you're human like me, I have done this before where I've been like, oh, I wish something bad would just happen to them. Sometimes we're human like that. So don't build your happiness on the suffering of others. Have compassion when somebody appears to be hurting you or doing mean things to you. Usually means that they're suffering too. So if you can take a moment and pivot away into that and say, how can I have compassion? They're being mean. They must be hurting inside. So that's a way for you to, again, step out of that story of they're doing this to me and go, oh, they must be hurting too. And that allows you for a moment to find some common ground with you and even a perceived enemy. Why are we focusing on this? Because suffering can get in the way of us being able to, again, pivot and look towards our dreams, because we're just getting caught up in this. So let's see what else Spirit has to say for us. How do we move through and to our dreams? And this is the Affirmators Creativity deck. You guys know I love me some Affirmators. This company, Knock Knock, is amazing. I love you guys. And this is a creativity deck. So how do we get creative? How do we move and take a step closer to our dreams and through and away from any suffering that we may have been experiencing that we felt might hold us back? Open mind. I love this, guys. Open mind. I keep an easy breezy, open mind, knowing that inspiration often pops up in unlikely places. Rather than write off new experiences as not for me, I'll lean into them with all my might and dare people, places, and things to surprise me. If the surprise is welcome and or head spinning, it might just change my life. And if it's not, well, at least I'll get a good story out of it. Isn't that the truth, you guys? If you have an open mind, first by having compassion, that releases you from the suffering. Now, if you're like, I'm going to be open-minded. Hey, universe, I want to pivot back towards my dreams. Show me what else is possible. You can do that with an open mind and know that that will align you to curiosity, and that will allow God, that will allow the angels, that will allow the universe and all of those mighty loving forces to step in and aid you and redirect you towards that path that is holding your dreams, that is holding your vision, that is just waiting for you to step into it. And it's curiosity. That is what will get you there. So wow, you guys, that is an amazing message for this coming week. Again, May 31st through June 6th. And take care of yourself. Water that garden, take care of the temple where you live. Have compassion for yourself for suffering, and know that we may have gotten caught up in our humanity for a moment and been focusing on the things causing us suffering. How do we do that? By building our own happiness and not wishing ill of others that may be not so much fun to deal with in that past. Then we move into the open mind. You guys have got this. You will be able to do this. You will be able to take another step forward to realizing your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations. Again, they are waiting. They are coming for you. So thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love the heck out of you. I hope that you guys have a restful Memorial Day weekend here in the States and a great week. And as I always say, be the light.